Mr. Speaker, my amendment is simply a common sense measure to help reduce the size of out-of-control federal departments that continue to grow annually unchecked, increasing both scope, size, and increasing our spending, both discretionary and mandatory. Our nation is over $19 trillion in debt. Let me repeat that, $19 trillion in debt. Yet this chamber, us, we the people in government, or members of the people's house in charge of the taxpayers' purse string, must start taking action to actively reduce our expenditures. I appreciate the chairman and ranking members for their hard work on this bill, but I'm concerned that the cost it will place on the American people is too great. We can do better, and we must do better. This amendment is offered as a modest solution and establishes a 5% across the board cut to the Department of Energy's total employees. In the scrambling to cover your costs, you have to make decisions, including sometimes the elimination of positions that are not essential to the overall purpose and mission of the organization, or you simply can't afford it. Not only is reducing the current size of the department's full-time staff essential, but I believe it also should be accompanied by a one-year hiring freeze. In 2013, when the government was shut down, and I want to remind people, the government shut down over money, and it wasn't from an excess, it was from a lack of it. The Department of Energy was faced with this very dilemma and made the decision to furlough 69% of its workforce. These workers were deemed non-essential. Now, I understand the circumstances were extraordinary, but the department was still able to target areas within that they were mandated to do, and they continued essentially to maintaining in most necessary functions. My amendment is only requiring the department to reduce its full-time employees by 5%, which in the scheme of things is nominal, but essential in getting our country back on track fiscally, and it's the right thing to do. For our nation to remain prosperous and to keep the American dream alive for generations to come, we must make these hard decisions now. We must scale back federal spending. One cannot have personal freedom without financial freedom. That same philosophy also applies to nations. If they wish to pass on to their future generations the blessings of our past and our current posterity, liberties and freedoms. I urge my colleagues to support my amendment, and I reserve the balance of my time.